Hey guys, good morning. It's David, TI. Sorry that I look like shit, but it's morning and I didn't sleep too much. Uh, like, I went to bed late, but I was I was trying to sleep, but the as you know, if you're a TI, they attack you with some kind of fucking gas that you breathe in, and then it fucks you up, your nervous system, and the natural gases in your brain and in your body, and it causes chatter. So for me, it triggers my brain, and then this chatter about bullshit that's already probably built in, or it's through my phone. I don't care. It just kept going, and this fucking gypsy, disgusting terrorist criminal, just talking bullshit all fucking night long. So I couldn't really sleep. When I slept, I had just had nightmares, and then tried to sleep in the morning. Um, but it didn't really work. But it's okay because I get a lot of things done. So if I cannot work or if I cannot sleep, then I work on my court case. Then I write letters. Then I go to places and I warn people about this criminality. So to me, it really doesn't matter, actually. It's even better for me. But the more you attack me, it's worse for your fucking crime cartel and your criminal syndicate. Because the more I'm gonna expose your whatever you do. Um, yeah, and but this is because this morning I wanted to do. It's not really important because I can do it anytime. But I was gonna go to get some help with the filing of legal documents, and obviously, in the UK, there's gigantic in corruption, so they don't care about the rule of law at all. Not even. I think the UK is more corrupt than the US. Uh, but this is abstracting justice because trying to keep away from someone or causing and putting distress and anxiety and emotional, psychological, physical stress and inflicting pain and torture physically but remotely on somebody is obstruction of justice when you know, and the criminals do know, that I'm taking legal action. Uh, so it is a criminal act what they do, even though in the little gang stalking fucking book it says that what they do is legal, is for the better justice system. But in reality, this comes from the people who run child trafficking, child sex, whatever, child murder, drug dealing. They run whores. Would you really listen to those people? I don't think so. And none of this is legal. If it was, it wouldn't have to be secret, obviously. It's very simple. You don't have to be an expert of anything to know. If it's secret, it's criminal. If it wasn't secret, it wouldn't have to be criminal. Now you say, but okay, but there are things be protected for national security. National security actually is protected when there is transparency, because then most people are genuine, and most people are normal, and most people want society to function uh, properly and by the rule of law. They don't want some fucking hidden syndicate deciding their life, controlling their brain, microwaving them to shit. Another point I want to raise, if I don't forget. Uh, they don't want this shit. So if there's transparency, then people can say, oh, what? That happens? 400,000 people just in the US are being shot with satellite weapons? What the fuck? So if you're talking about national security, and we try to imagine that nation is the people and not the Masonic crime cartel, then it's the interest of the nation to be transparent about things that being done to people, right? So this bullshit has nothing to do with national security, and it's 101% criminal. Um, and it's not impossible to prove. Sometimes it's quite easy to prove, and I don't even bother because um, yeah, you have to aim high. You shouldn't be fucking around with a little bullshit gang stalking gang stalkers talking fuck all bullshit in your head all day. That's just to distract you, know. That this is today, and I'm aware of this, and I was like, you know what? I know why they're doing it. I know what they're trying to achieve. I'm like, okay, you know what? I can use some rest. Fuck it. I don't care. I can go another day. It's even better because I got to have some rest at least. So I don't give a shit really. But what they do is really obstructing justice, inflicting harm, inhuman, degrading treatment of a human being is a violation of the Human Rights Act 1998, uh, amongst other international laws. Uh, but it's fine. Uh, but I'm gonna report everything they do. So, uh, yeah, I think that's all. And the other thing I wanted to raise about, well, just I noticed it's interesting, but not in a good way. I saw these buildings that they building everywhere, not just in London, but in the UK, and they all glass top to bottom. Every flat, every level is glass top to bottom. Now you can say that, oh, because this is so shiny, it looks amazing, and oh my god, and we can feel like we have a penthouse and all of that. But really, if you think about if you're TI or an expert or a victim, and you know about this shit, which most people now I think they do to some degree at least, then you know that this is probably something have to do with glasses as in window. So a microwave radiation passes through windows with 100% intensity, the microwave length, the beam. If it was a concrete wall, it would be just 50%, more or less, give or take. But if it's a glass window, glasses for microwaves are like nothing. So, um, there are so many cell phone towers, and if every building is made of glasses, then these buildings are basically fucking death traps, like concentration camps. Maybe they're gonna use them. This is kind of conspiracy, and which I hate. I don't care about any of this, especially not about conspiracy theories, because I have better things to think about during the day. But maybe there's a chance that they're gonna use these flats for something in the future. Because why would they build every single house made of glass? It's not. It's not. In the winter it's just gonna be cold. In the summer it's gonna be hot. So there is no functional reason to make these houses this way, right? But a valid reason could be that you can make microwave everyone to shit like in a second, because the radiation comes in on one part of the house and it heats up the whole fucking place. Not in a good way like heating does, but it works similarly. Because microwave radiation goes everywhere. If it's a focused beam, then it's focused on just one length, like here. Since I started to talk on the video now, the back of my head from here, this neighbor is being shot. So that's a focus beam that's coming right here. It's in just one beam. But if it's not focused, so it's not coming from a weapon of a degenerate set fuck who's paid by child fuckers, then the microwave radiation, like in the microwave, it goes everywhere. That's why you have this mesh on your microwave oven, this shielding, and it's like kind of like this, and those holes are the same size as the length of the frequency that the microwave oven projects to heat up your food, so it cannot pass through the glass, and obviously have the metal shielding as well. But if it wasn't there, it would go everywhere. And so these houses, the ones that has the top to bottom glass, it's like no thank you. I I think that's the most fucking horrible idea. If you move somewhere that is brick, or just find the thickest fucking walls and the smallest windows possible if you want to be safe. And you don't have to be a targeted individual. Uh, wanting to be safe because you are being tracked, even if you are not aware that you are a targeted individual, even if you are not being chemically degraded like my face is and my body is, and with microwaves and with voice to scar, even if you don't have any of that, uh there is a lot of radiation, especially in big cities where there are tall buildings. All the microwave radiation that your phone, although it works a little bit differently, but the cell phone towers or anything that works with radiation emit, it's basically just bouncing off from one building to another, and it's basically cooking your cells. And so it's crazy to me, wanting to live in a huge city in those flats where there's like 1,000 flats in one block. Like, oh my god, no fucking way. So if you wanna be safe, live in a house that is just the thickest brick wall as possible, and then put extra layers of lead paint, or just look crazy if you have to, but like put aluminum foil on the walls where you think there can be radiation coming through. Uh, it's handy if you have a EMF detector, because I used it. It's on there, and I have like I think the measurements I did like back in 2022 or something in my flat and in my body to prove the chips and the radiation that's coming in, because normally you don't have microwave radiation in your room to an extent where the EMF meter just goes up to red and just beeping like crazy. So I have that, and it's on YouTube as well. But also it's handy to check your microwave, because I did check my microwave and it was leaking actually. Uh, and so I had to change it. Uh, yeah, I guess that's all. For now. I just way tired of listening to this shit. Some crazy fucking mentally, I don't know, am I whatever agent or just a gang stalker or a Russian agent? Actually, on when I file a complaint to MI5, they have this complaint form, but also they have news on their website. And I was reading that they refused a lot of Russians coming into the UK, which is great because a lot of them are terrorists or spies. I may look the part, but I'm Hungarian and I'm not a terrorist, I'm not a spy, I'm not associated with any of these fucking criminals. Uh, but I mean, even I saw, like, there's a lot of fucking terrorists and criminals. Uh, and I think one thing they do is they implicate innocent people. That's why probably my identity was stolen in 2017 or 2018 through Capital One, which is a credit agency who issues credit cards, and it was used with my name, and I kept getting the notices on my name that I don't pay my credit card. And I was like, I don't have a credit card with Capital One, so I called them, and they said that someone's collected my personal information when I lived in South Kensington, London, and they opened a credit card account and they kept using the card, so I had debt, which fucked up my credit score. And they told me that they stole my identity. So who's to tell that it wasn't a Russian spy or a Russian or Hungarian criminal agent who's using my identity to do criminal acts, and then I'm gonna be targeted because the data that going to GCHQ just shows my name or whatever data they need to identify a person. Uh, they think that that's me, but I went to court already in the UK. I went to the police and I keep doing it because if someone is using me as a bait or as something, my name or my identity to commit crimes or espionage or whatever, then I'm gonna be fucked for that. And I think I am being fucked for that. And so it's important to check your data.